My name is Tolu A. Akinyemi, known as Tolutoludo Lion of Newcastle. I'm a writer, poet, essayist, children's author as well. I I am a Nigerian writer, a proud son of Ekiti in southwestern Nigeria, and I am based in Newcastle upon Tyne. Within the writing community, I see myself as a visionary. I am a lover of the arts. I'm a great supporter of the writing community as well. I love supporting the arts, and I love to see other writers rise and also give a platform, to undiscovered writers, just providing a safe space for them. I love to experiment in terms of literary commitment, in terms of getting, you know, incubating ideas and doing things differently within the literary community. Yeah, so I think that's just a brief about myself. In terms of my recent project, I have a collection of poems I recently released, to be precise, on the 8th of September, titled Born in Lockdown, and that is a collection of coronavirus poems. I believe as writers, it's our role to document, recount, observe history. And I know there will be so many books on COVID times, on the pandemic times, on these times that it's not even ending. It's still like people are still dying daily of the coronavirus. And so it's not as if we are at the end of this whole, you know, all, we are not yet at the end of this. We are still in this dark tunnel called the pandemic and everything. So Born in Lockdown was written to like inspire like my own account of the pandemic times, of COVID times, a poet account of the chaos, of the loss, of the death, of the grief in the world. So that is all I would say about that's my most recent project. Before that, I released two children's picture books. I wear self-confidence like a second skin, and I am not a troublemaker. And those two books were written to boost the self-confidence and self-esteem of young children. I believe that as their parents need to do more in terms of helping their young people, having these conversations around self-confidence, self-esteem, giving them that, bringing in more to the fore, this conversation around young people having confidence, challenging things when they are not right, being bold to speak up, to speak out, and if they have any concerns, give them that courage to voice out, for our young people not to be timid, but for them to be bold in school, at home. And it will also help them if anything is not right, they can always speak about these situations to their parents and guardians. So that's what I would say about my most recent project. And shortly before that, I had a collection of mental health themed poetry, Everybody Don't KOLOMENTAL, and that had to do with like universal everyday struggles that people go through in life, not just mental health alone, but we all face challenges that are unspoken challenges, in our day-to-day living. And Everybody Don't KOLOMENTAL was a collection of poetry that addressed themes around, that it's okay to be weak, okay to struggle, and all of that. Yeah, so that's that on my most recent project. What's my view on competition within the writing community, and who do I see as my competition? I would say personally I don't have any competition. Like, I am in a league of my own. I try not to compete with anybody. I try to see this thing as just every writer's journey is different. So the moment you understand that fact, the better it is for us. So you don't say because Tolu has written 13 books that anytime you hear about a new release, you are hating on him, or is he the only one, you are beefing. You don't have to beef the success of other writers or even people around you. When you see people who are, making great strides in life, in the writing community, I think what we need to do is come around and if let it be a form of inspiration. So if I see someone who is doing great stuffs, I see what they like. Even for some awards, you can enter an award on the basis that someone you know has won an award, or someone you know has been longlisted or shortlisted for an award. It could inspire you to also say, oh, if this guy can do this, then I also can do this as well. So let us see, right, let's draw inspiration from people who are doing great things within the writing community, and let's reduce this cult-like sect that we have within the writing community, where different writers belong to different cliques, and people, you see the rise of another writer as a threat, or you see another writer as a threat to your own success. Don't see it as a competition. You are not competing with anybody. No one is competing with you. I think live and let live. Do your own thing. If you are not inspired by the success of another person, don't bring them down through your own words. It's not, the whole talk about, oh, let's deplatform this writer. You are looking for ways to deplatform another writer. I see that as envy. I see that as strife. I don't see any good. That cannot lead to any good for us as writers and for the writing community as a whole. So I'm not in competition with anybody. If people see my writing journey and they are inspired by it, let it inspire. I hope it inspires them to also pursue their own dreams and know that if Tolu Akinyemi can do it, they also can do it better. So I think that's my thought around competition and within the writing community as well. In terms of writing, so there are times I see a lot when I see writing advice, or I hear writing advice where writers say write every day, write 100 words, write 500 words, just ensure you write every day. Personally, I don't follow all of those advice in terms of writing every day or when you have to write. I would say write when you're inspired to write when the creative juices, when it's flowing, when it's in full flow. If writing can come out of anywhere and anything, it could come out from chaos, from grief, from sorrow. It could come out from a peaceful moment as well. It doesn't have to be always from happiness or from a happy moment. But I would advise that write when you want to write. Do not be swayed or don't beat yourself with the stick of, oh, because they said I should write every day, I didn't write today, I was supposed to write today, I didn't write today. No, that's not the measure of writing or the measure of a good writer. Pick whatever works for you and follow that. What excites me the most? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so in terms of what excites me, I would say as a writer, I've always thought about what my writing legacy would be. So I've always been interested in topics around my writing legacy. What would it be? And I felt like just being a one-man army, a solo man, a lion on a mission alone would not paint the kind of legacy I wanted. And I felt like for me for my light to shine better, I had to get other writers on the imprint, publish other authors' works, and I think that's what I've done. And I think that's the highlight of my writing career. That's the highlight of my writing journey, being able to publish other authors' works. And I think that's super amazing, because it would not have been so pleasing to me to have been the author of 13 books, 16 books, 50 books, or 100 books without me supporting the dreams of other writers. So I think it's it swells my heart each time when not just when I hold my own books, but I hold the book of my authors, like Fumi Koka's collection of poems, Letter to Lily, which is a manual for the girl child. So all of this, they are quite exciting for me as well. Talk about Oloyede Michael Taiwo's collection of poems, Lagos is Killing Me. So those are some of the poems and books that we've published this year. Apart from that, Ellipses by Adeola Juwongbala Jobi, another collection of poems, was published by the Roaring Lion Newcastle this year as well. So these are some of like the most exciting part of my literary journey. Living by the Script, Making the Most of Your Life by DJ Ajibade. So I'm not sure if my journey would have been complete without like making these contributions to to the literary space, helping these other authors to bet their own literary dreams. And I think that's what makes you like a giant as well, makes you a colossus. It's not just all about ourselves. I think life should be all about adding value to to other people as well, not just thinking about self and self all of the time. This is the things Father did not teach us, a collection of poems for young people that explores the nuances of youth by Abimbola Alaka. So I think that's one of that's not even one, the most exciting thing for me, like on my literary journey. Prisoner of Love by Ibrahim Olawale, and there's another forthcoming book by Ibrahim Olawale as well. It's titled Living in a Void: How the Coronavirus Pandemic Affected Our Lives, and this mirrors the whole pandemic times and a writer's account of the of Corona times. Yeah, so I'll put it like that. So these are the exciting, this project, having all of these projects, getting them done has been the most exciting part of my literary journey, and I wouldn't trade this opportunity to be a part of the career, of the career of so many other writers, and laying my own solid foundation to help them harness their literary talent as well. And in terms of plans for the future, so my plans for the future, I have a forthcoming collection of poems that will be out on the 1st of January 2022, A God in a Human Body, and that's so exciting for me because that's a project that is really, really close to my heart. I also have another collection of poems scheduled for 1st of January 2023, You Need More Than Dreams, a collection of poems for young people, and also I have another collection of poems for August 2022. So the August project is actually coming after the January project, because this is like a new project that is in the works. So I'm also excited about that. It's a collection of poems that explores themes of lost memories. So I'm super excited about all of these projects, and for the future I also want to do more in terms of supporting the arts, and just working assiduously to like grow the writing community, play my own part in the growth of literature, because we must ensure as writers it's not just about writing books, but it's also ensuring that the art form does not die, and we have a role to play in that as well, to ensure literature continues to grow and soar from move, like there's the literary space that we are as writers are making great strides, and all of that. Yeah, so I'm so excited for the future, and I am super pumped up for many literary roars. Roar! Can I have a loud roar like a lion? Roar!